नमस्ते। हमेशा खुश रहो बिटिया। I am JV Dr. Vishal Saxena, Associate Professor in Mathematics, Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to discuss about the topic ANOVA. This topic is a part of the course Research Methodology and Biostatistics in the program of BPT and B Optometry 6th semester and B Pharmacy 8th semester under the Faculty of Physiotherapy and Diagnostics and Pharmaceutical Sciences. So first we see the definition of ANOVA. What is ANOVA? ANOVA is known as analysis of variance. So analysis of variance is a parametric statistical technique used to compare data sets. This technique was invented by R.A. Fisher and is often referred to as Fisher's ANOVA. As well, it is similar in application to techniques such as t-test and the z-test. In that it is used to compare the means and the relative variance between them. However, analysis of variance is best applied where more than two populations of the samples are meant to be compared. In short, ANOVA is a statistical tool used in several ways to develop and confirm an explanation for the observed data. Additionally, it is computationally elegant and relatively robust against violations of its assumptions. ANOVA provides strong multiple sample comparison statistical analysis and it has been adapted to the analysis of a variety of experimental degrees. Now next we take that ANOVA by ANOVA instead of multiple t-test. Means by ANOVA should be used instead of the multiple t-test. Before ANOVA, multiple t-test was only option available to compare population means of two or more groups. As the number of groups increases, the number of two sample t-tests also increases. With increase in the number of t-tests, the probability of making the type 1 error also increases. So it is important and notable point that with the increase of the number of t-tests, the probability of making the type 1 error also increases, and that's why the test ANOVA can be used in place of the t-test. So types of ANOVA. First, one-way ANOVA. One-way ANOVA is a hypothesis test in which only one categorical variable or the single factor is taken into consideration. So with the help of F distribution, it enables us to compare the means of three or more samples. The null hypothesis H naught is the equity in all population means, while an alternative hypothesis is a difference in at least one mean. So this is a one-way ANOVA, and in one-way ANOVA is a hypothesis test in which only one categorical variable or the single factor is taken into consideration. So in this ANOVA, only one categorical variable is taken or the consideration. Next we take the two-way ANOVA. The two-way ANOVA examines the effect of two independent factors on a dependent variable. So in this ANOVA, just the effect of the two independent factors on the one dependent factor can be examined. It also studies the interrelationship between the independent variables influencing the values of the dependent variable if any. For example, analyzing the test score of a class based on the gender and age. Here test score is a dependent variable and gender and age are the independent variables. So two-way ANOVA can be used to find the relationship between these dependent and the independent variables. And the third type of ANOVA is the K-way ANOVA, that is K-way analysis. When factor variables are K, then it is called the K-way ANOVA, means the K-way analysis of variance. Now assumptions. So what assumption should be taken for the one-way ANOVA and the two-way ANOVA is important part. So in the one-way ANOVA, what assumption should be taken? So we start the first point, normal distribution of the population from which the samples are drawn. Next, the measurement of the dependent variable is an interval or the ratio level. Next is two or more than two categorical independent groups is an independent variable. And next is independence of the samples, homogeneity of the variables, homogeneity of the variance of the populations. So such assumption should be taken for the applying of the one-way ANOVA test. And now we take the assumption for the two-way ANOVA test. So we start to discuss the points. The first point is normal distribution of the population from which the samples are drawn. So normal distribution should be taken. Next is measurement of the dependent variable at a continuous level. And the third point is two or more than two categorical independent groups in the two factors. And next is categorical independent groups should have the same size. Important. Categorical independent groups must have the same size for applying the two-way ANOVA test. And next is independence of the observations, means the observations should be independent. And the last point is homogeneity of the variance of the population. So these are the assumptions for the two-way ANOVA test. And now we take next is MANOVA. Analysis of variance is performed when we have one independent metric variable and one nominal independent variable. When we have more than one dependent variable and one or more independent variable, then we will use multivariate analysis of variance. So it means MANOVA or the MANOVA or MANOVA, we can say it is the test. The MANOVA can be applied for the conditions when we have more than one dependent variable and one or more independent variables, then MANOVA test should be applied. Next, analysis of the covariance. Analysis of covariance, that is ANCOVA. Analysis of covariance is used in examining the difference in the mean values of the dependent variable that are related to the effect of the controlled independent variables while taking into account the influence of the uncontrolled independent variables. So this is ANCOVA, means analysis of covariance. So analysis of covariance is used or can be applied in examining the differences in the mean values of the dependent variables that are related to the effect of the controlled independent variables and while taking into account the influence of the uncontrolled independent variables, then analysis of covariance can be applied. The analysis of covariance is used in the field of business The document will detail the usability of analysis of covariance in market research. Analysis of covariance can be used to determine the variation in the intention of the consumer to buy a particular brand with respect to different levels of price and the consumer's attitude towards that brand. So this example is an example of the analysis of covariance. Analysis of covariance can be used to determine how a change in the price level of a particular commodity will affect the consumption of that commodity by the consumers. So this is another application, or this is another example of the analysis of covariance, where we have seen this test is used to determine how a change in the price level of a particular commodity will affect the consumption of the commodity by the consumers. Analysis of covariance consists of at least one categorical independent variable and at least one integral nature independent variable. Now assumptions. What assumption can be taken for the applying this ANCOVA test? The variance in analysis of covariance that is being analyzed must be independent. In the case of more than one independent variable, the variance in analysis of covariance must be homogeneous in nature within each cell that is formed by the categorical independent variables. Next, the data should be drawn from the population by means of random sampling in analysis of covariance. Analysis of covariance assumes that the adjustment treatment means those that are being computed or the estimated are based on the fact that the variables obtained due to the interaction of the covariance are negligible. The analysis of covariance is done by using linear regression, and this means that the analysis of covariance assumes that the relationship between the independent variable and the dependent variable must be linear in nature. So it is important point that the analysis of covariance must be done by using linear assumption. Next, in analysis of covariance, the different types of the independent variables are assumed to be drawn from the normal population having a mean of 0, and the analysis of covariance assumes that the regression coefficients in every group of independent variable must be homogeneous in nature. So again, a very important point is there. The analysis of covariance assumes that the regression coefficients in every group of the independent variable must be homogeneous in their nature. Analysis of covariance is applied when an independent variable has a powerful correlation with the dependent variable. But it is important to remember that the independent variables in analysis of covariance do not interact with the other independent variables while predicting the values of the dependent variable. Analysis of covariance is generally applied to balance the effect of comparatively more powerful non-interacting variables. It is necessary to balance the effect of interaction or in analysis of covariance in order to avoid the uncertainty among the independent variables. And at the last, analysis of covariance is applied only in those cases where the balanced independent variable is measured on a continuous scale. So we have seen here today the different parts of the ANOVA or the ANCOVA and the MANOVA test, So these are the very important part of the statistics and used to find out the difference between means and in the different samples. So this session is powered by Digital Version 2, Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I hope all you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in the comment box. I will resolve your doubts and problems. And with this I conclude my today's lecture. Thank you.